It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, and then every time we've been a minute, then it becomes another minute.
Yeah.
We decided we're calling this season two. We're starting season two
This
right
is
now.
this is the start of season 2,
We need a fresh
which is good.
start. Yeah,
I mean,
we've been like
yeah,
all over the place. We need to like start again.
yeah. There's pretty much like 23 or 24 episodes now that are posted. So I think starting a season 2
It
with the new
feels right.
background officially.
That's so stupid. That wasn't a plan though.
Mama Jen, welcome in.
Mama Jen, welcome in.
It might have not been your plan.
Was it yours?
I mean, I initiated it because I ran out of paper.
But it wasn't like a plan. It was just like an accident. I hope.
Yep.
You're so dumb. He hated that paper. He hated it from the beginning, but I thought it looked nice.
I wouldn't have hated it if I had the right link.
Whose fault is that?
Well, technically, it's mine for not measuring, but I didn't. Yeah, it just
Okay.
seemed like it was long enough.
So it
It
is
just
your
seemed
fault.
like it.
Um,
It's great.
I wanted to tell you something that I haven't told you yet.
I just talked to you for a half an hour before we went live, and you didn't tell me this yet.
No, I'm just remembering it. You influenced me.
To get a tattoo.
No, you just in general, you influenced me and I like did my first TikTok shop purchase.
What'd you buy? The cat shirts.
With the cowboy hats on them. How cute is it?
I can only see them really well, honestly, through TikTok because
Oh yeah, that's important. That's
you're
fine.
glitching.
But they're cats with cowboy hats on them. I got a lot of things, but this was part of it, and I'm obsessed with it now. So I decided to wear it because you
Now,
influenced me.
it's great, and it's a great looking shirt. Now, are you just addicted to TikTok shop, is what you're
I'm
saying?
I'm on it every day, like every
Yeah.
day. I'm like scrolling
You,
TikTok shop more than I'm like scrolling TikTok at this point. It's insane. It's crazy
that's what
behavior.
happens. You know how
Yeah.
many pairs of shoes I've bought in the last few weeks? Like when they're $8 to $12, like I can stack
I
some shoes.
I literally bought like this shirt, pants, like fucking socks, like so many things, and it was like $6. I
Nothing.
was like, I'm like, what? Because it was my first order, so I got like a
Yeah.
crazy discount and free shipping. I was like, this is insane. And then you order it, and
Well,
then they give you like more coupons for
more.
ordering. And then when you don't
Mm-hmm.
order, they give you more coupons because you haven't ordered. I'm like, there's never not a
Mm-hmm.
coupon. This is
Well, and here's
crazy.
the thing: is like you'll have a few things, and they'll be like, "Hey, you just need another $7, and you'll get free shipping." And the shipping is like $8.99. So you're like,
Hmm.
go look, and then you find something for $7. And you're like, I just got this for free. And then after you
Yeah.
order it, then all of a sudden they give you like all these other 15, 30, and then you end up spending like $250. And
I know. Well, it was crazy because I had I had so many things and my cart was like $10, but it was like, oh, if you add like this much more, you get a bigger coupon. So I added another thing and my cart went down to $6 and I was like, how is this math
yeah,
working? Because I'm
yeah,
confused, but I'm here for it and supporting it. And yeah, it was great. So now I'm addicted
that's
to TikTok
funny.
Shop because of you.
I just want to point out that to Katie, Nelson should have been asked to model, but he probably didn't send in his application in
Mm,
time, is my guess.
Nelson should be one of
But
these cats,
he
honestly.
should be. Yeah. The funny thing is too, I've had times where like I've done promotions, I've gotten like all these coupons, and then like I'll go to order something and I'll have like all this extra amount, and then it'll be like -$4, and I'm like, what? And
You're
it's
like,
just like,
how?
yeah, it's and
Well,
yeah. So
oh, dude, now I've gotten like a double whammy of like just fully addicted to TikTok Shop because they accepted me into the affiliate program. So now with the affiliate program, like you can like request free samples of things, and like
Hmm.
the companies send them to you for you to post. And like
Yeah.
there I'm being very like particular about it because I will not post something I'm like not a fan of. So I'm like
Yeah.
doing like things that I've already have had, but like it's insane. So now I'm just like getting stuff to post. I'm like actually getting stuff for myself. I'm addicted to TikTok shop. And then when I'm done with the shop, I just scroll TikTok. It's a problem. It's a problem.
Yeah. They're taking over for sure.
They really
Um,
are.
Sometimes I go look on Amazon to see if they're really low or not, and 90% of the time they are.
They usually are. Yeah. Yeah. Which, it's funny is now that we're talking about all about TikTok shop, we're pivoting into everything we did with TikTok a week ago or however long ago it
Hmm.
was. We did our VidCon. Rado did his LA trip. We
Hmm.
went to a TikTok red carpet event. Rado was the one invited, and he brought me as a plus one, which was so nice of him.
It's a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
you want to talk about all that? That was fun.
Yeah, VidCon was cool. There were a ton of creators, and there's creators, from like our size, very small, medium, and then there were very large creators that were personally also invited to basically autograph and stuff. Thank you, Thomas, for the
Thanks,
confetti.
Thomas.
So that was fun. I think I had more like we weren't really focused on the conferences part of it so much. It was more about like having fun and kind of
Yeah,
meeting
but I
up and
like the
creating content.
conferences.
They
I
were
thought they were
good. They
fun.
were fine. Well, I mean, it was it wasn't the main point. Networking
Yeah,
was
for
part of
sure.
it. You didn't get to go through the. You weren't there when we went through YouTube, were you?
No, I'm bummed. I was saving
I
cats that
know.
day.
That's right. That was a lot of fun. We got a lot of cool gear, some videos made.
That's cool.
But yeah, the red carpet event by far super
That
fun.
was so fun. That was such a
Hmm.
fun event. So this red carpet event was like legit like a red carpet event, and it was really
Yeah.
like we were talking to I don't know what she is to us, like a rep for Sam at TikTok. I
Oh,
don't know.
Sam. Yeah, she works with our
What does
agency
she
and
do?
stuff. She's
So
she's like an
yeah.
event coordinator ish. Like she handles all the creator events.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
like when all the I want to say famous TikTokers or Instagrammers, YouTubes, us little people down here too, like we got treated all the same basically, but she
Yeah,
handles all
yeah,
that.
but she said that only like 5 people from TikTok were allowed to actually go to the event. Like it was like a huge thing. So it was really cool.
Like
I
people
mean,
that
like
work
we
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And we like
Yeah.
actually got to like it felt so silly walking the red carpet and stuff. I was like this is just funny. But it was like fun, and I feel like everyone else was just like on the same page, and I saw like we saw so many people that like at least I follow on TikTok and stuff, so it was like cool seeing everyone out and hanging out and partying and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that was like I've never done that before, so yeah, it kind of definitely feels awkward, but you see like how it all rolls, and you could definitely tell there were like some very natural people that have been through, plenty of those type of
Yeah.
things and whatnot. But it was very interesting having like high amount of volume of cameras rolling around all night from the
Hmm.
event. Like not people, like obviously the people working, they had their professional video cameras and they were just
Yeah.
everywhere. I was like, damn, this is like an event. So,
Oh yeah, it was insane. Lady, hello. Thank you for the gift.
um,
Sorry, I couldn't not say hi to Lady. I had to interrupt.
yeah, no,
Um, yeah, no, it was great. It was fun. They had great food. They
hmm,
had so many fun things there. I feel like we were definitely
yeah, they hid the
partying.
desserts upstairs. That was smart.
Oh, that
You
yeah.
know, well, because for a while they kind of had the stairs blocked off, and then
Mm-hmm.
they opened it up, and then I realized the reason they did that is because they probably didn't want people just eating like all the
All
cookies and
the
stuff just
food.
randomly. So they like
That's
waited.
true.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know,
true.
but it was fun.
Yeah, but that was really fun. That was like my first time at VidCon and everything too, so that was cool.
Hmm.
Oh, did
Yeah,
you show
that.
everybody your tattoo from that weekend? Rado got, what? Okay.
Just kidding.
Rado got a
Yep,
new tattoo
spontaneous.
while he
Yeah.
was in LA.
And Abby sat with me while I got it.
I did.
Basically, lightning bolt. If you can't tell, I'm obsessed with them. If you guys are watching this, there you go for TikTok. So, got a lightning bolt with the mountains that I have here in Colorado that are by me, and then the Colorado flag kind of incorporated with some clouds and stuff. So, came out good.
I love it. I know. That was you had been saying the whole time you were gonna get a tattoo on the trip.
Hmm.
So I'm glad you actually got to do
It worked out great. What's that place called? Biker Hop?
it. Bike shed.
Oh, bike shed.
Biker.
I just because like I'm thinking of like eating and then jumping to the barber and then hopping over to the
You're
tattoo
thinking about
place.
like I can't. Okay, yeah, it was
Yeah, biker
bike
shed,
shed.
bike
Bike
shed.
shed. Bike shed.
Sorry, there's a bunch of bikers there. I can't. Bike shed,
Okay.
the bike shed. Check it out. There's you can eat there. You can buy all sorts of motorcycle gear and
Get a
clothing and stuff.
haircut. It's
Haircut,
like a barber
tattoo.
shop. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's fun.
Yeah,
Um
definitely a great trip. I enjoyed it.
yeah. I thought it was
Oh,
fun.
and then we did an escape room um
Who?
Saturday night.
You did an escape room
Me,
on Saturday night
yeah, yeah, it was
after
awesome.
the TikTok of it?
Yeah.
How late did you go to that?
What time did we go to? I don't remember. It was like 8 or 9 o'clock. Maybe it was like 9 o'clock
No, it was not. We left the you're getting
on the one Saturday night. We
oh
our
on
event was Thursday.
Saturday night. You're right, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, I got confused. Wait, what did I oh, because it was after the tattoo and I went home and you
Hmm.
went to an escape room. I didn't know that. It was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a blast. It was we did like a cell block D's type thing. So it was like you were locked in two different cells. There was four of us, and we were locked in two different cells. And then you were handcuffed to each other, and so you had to find the key. And then you had to like grab things from other side of the cells to like break out. And then once you broke out, there's another room with like cameras, security systems, like all sorts of stuff you had to figure out. It was a lot of fun.
Dude, that's so cool. I
I've
want to do
never done them
that.
before, and that was my first one, and I freaking am addicted now.
I've only done, I think I told you this, I've only done an escape room once. It was like the worst experience ever because it was, first of all, I was drunk. Second of
Mm,
all, like, but like, which normally, so I went with like me and one friend and we were like, let's do this and that would be fun drunk. But what they did is they purposely separated everybody that they
mm-hmm.
came with. So I was like in a room with a bunch of strangers. So no one wanted to like step up and be like, okay, let's do like everyone was
You're
like
not comfortable.
nervous. Like we were
Yeah.
all like, hey, so like what do we do? Like everyone like no one knew like who's gonna read the like no one knew who needed to like step up and be in charge. And I was like, I
Yeah.
hate this. Like I don't want to do this with a bunch of
I wouldn't want to
strangers.
do that either. Like if I'm going to go to an escape room, especially like with friends or whatever, I'd want to be with everybody that I went with on purpose.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm good, guys. I'll come back,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so forth. But it was overall, it was
That's
good. It's a
fun.
great trip. I had a lot of fun, and I always cherish those trips because they're very
Those are
memorable.
really
So,
fun. Yeah, they are good.
absolutely. But
Um,
yeah, so that's pretty much the catch up, I think, right?
yeah. Yeah. I wanted to tell you my story that I picked for this week to talk to you about. Um, even if no one knows who I'm talking about, the story is really, really crazy. So I think it's I'm excited to talk about it. So, Rado, do you know who Brooke Schofield is?
I mean, no, I really don't.
Like a you don't. Okay. So Brooke and another like YouTuber girl Tana, they have a podcast together. It's called the Cancelled Podcast. Does anyone in the chat know about this or who I'm talking about by chance?
I had to look
Because
up who Brooke is. I didn't even know she was doing a podcast with Tana Mongol.
I don't know how to say her last name, but I don't know if that's it. Oh, okay, great. I'm so glad Katie knows. Okay.
Mongo.
So they're I would call I don't know what they call themselves. I'd call them like YouTubers, especially Tana. But they have a
Mm-hmm.
podcast together, really successful one called the Cancel Podcast. So Brooke, they're both really big on TikTok, of course. Brooke just released like this 14-part series on TikTok exposing one of her ex-boyfriends who is a famous singer. His name is Clinton Kane. I know you don't know who it is, Rado, but I
Mm-mm.
think, and I when at first I was like, who is Clinton Kane? And then I looked up his songs, and I knew who it was because I was like, oh, okay. But the two of them dated back in 2022, I want to say it was, because she said that was a couple of years ago. And they dated for
Can I
like
say one thing?
6 months. Yeah. What?
Good for him, because he
Oh,
definitely stepped the hell up.
yeah. Yeah. It's pretty shocking, honestly. She's beautiful. She's so pretty. And she seems like she seems, yeah, like she's like definitely a catch in all ways. She's like very smart and funny and all the things. But so she went on a 14-part series, and she said in the beginning of the series, which just was funny, she was like, I think it's important to note that she said she wasn't medicated at the time, and now she's like medicated in her right mind, because she was like, this was a really crazy part in my life that I don't even know how it happened. But they started dating because he started blowing her up on Instagram and stuff, and like he lived in Vegas and wanted to fly her out to Vegas, and she was like, no, no, no. And then he like one finally was like, hey, I have a show in LA if you want to go. And she said she went, and she said it was so much fun, best time ever. Like she went 2 nights in a row with friends, and he was like really sweet and charming and all the things. And so they started like seeing each other from there. And after like only I think I don't know, it was soon after they started seeing each other, he like called her one day and was like, hey, like I tested positive for COVID, like just so you know, we gotta like quarantine together because like this,
Wait, did he set her up? Did he set her up for that?
well, I don't know if he set her up for that, but apparently they like got a hotel at like the one hotel and like they were like going to quarantine for like 2 weeks together. And so that's kind of how the start of like then they like were like, okay, now they're like pretty much seeing each other. But oh man, so there's so many crazy. I'm trying to go so fast with this to like break it down because this
Look
is
at your list.
crazy.
You have them like
I
some of them
know.
listed down.
I
It's
know, but I
crazy.
don't even. Anyway, she started noticing they were together for about probably 6 months. She started noticing like little things. Like, I guess they were driving to Palm Springs and he got pulled over. And the cop said that he was like born in 1999, which she was like, that would have made him like 4 years younger than me. And he told me he was only like 2 years younger than me. And then,
Oh
like,
no.
after she was like, I asked him about it, and he was like, he basically said like, oh, that was like something happened, that was like a fake ID, we actually got really lucky there. And she was like, and that just like doesn't happen, but whatever. So he just started like, she kind of started catching on to things that he was lying about. And fully, so he ended up going onto a podcast that it was Zach Sang's podcast, because I guess they were friends. And what he told Brooke this too in the very beginning, and what he told on the podcast too, is this whole story about how his mom, his brother, and his dad all in 2020 all died at like this, like in the same time. Like they all died. He had no family left. Like, and he told her
Uh,
that he was from Australia, and like they were really really wealthy growing up, like a super rich family. He said his mom was like this like blonde beautiful like Norwegian woman, and like just all these like, and they're super wealthy family, and then they all died, and he ended up homeless, and like just told her all this stuff. So she was
wait,
like
wait,
from the
wait.
beginning,
So you have a really wealthy family, but you end up homeless?
just
What?
there's a lot of things. So she thought he was like this, and then he like, but this is all right before, and then he got like famous for his music, and he blew up, and like, so he had a beautiful like crazy story. Like, how can you be so strong when you like lost all your family, all the stuff? So then he goes on this podcast and he tells his whole story. And she said like one day they were like in bed together, and he was like freaking out to his like manager and was like basically was like, I will do whatever it takes to get that podcast like not to air, like you need to take it down right now. Like, so she was like wondering, like questioning like why, what was said on that podcast that was like so bad.
He
And
must
so
have
she
not
started
thought it
like,
was going to go like so public or something.
dude, I don't know. Mind you, the whole time they're in the relationship, she said he would like blow up on her, like just have like crazy fights, like just anything. Like she said that she would like look at her phone and he'd freak out on her and say that like that was a trigger for him, reminded him something his mom would do to him because like they had like a really bad relationship. Just so many things. He was always like freaking out about something, and it was always like triggered by some trauma. So anyway, she goes and reads the comments and of this on the podcast, and I guess one girl was like, this is really weird, like I don't know why he's saying he grew up in Australia, like I went to school with him, and I'm coming to a blank right now of where he went to school at, but it was not like in
Like he wasn't from
Australia.
Australia.
No, no. And she basically,
That's wild.
come to find out, he lied about his mom dying or his brother
Um,
dying. He always freaked out on her in snaps. So they ended up finding out the only thing that was true was really that his dad had passed away years prior. But his mom was alive, his brother was alive. He wasn't from Australia. He like faked an accent the whole time. He did not
that's
grow up
crazy
super
behavior.
wealthy. His mom was like also Asian, not like blonde and Norwegian. Like so many, he lied about like literally everything. And even people in like the comment section of the YouTube was like, this guy, like this accent doesn't even sound real. This is like a famous singer. Like this isn't just some
Yeah.
random like boy or guy that you like meet. This is like a legit famous person. If you
You
look
know
if
what
you
though?
look him up, it says like Australian singer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what? Like typically I would be maybe used to like celebrities having different stories than their real life to be whatever, but I wouldn't assume that like if you were with somebody that like it would be different. Like they would actually know what's going on. I don't know. But that is
Yeah.
some wild business. I'm gonna watch it. I'm excited to
She
dig in.
exposes, so basically I guess like what happened of why this all came out is something was said about him on their podcast, and then he posted a TikTok saying when you broke up 2 years ago and she won't stop yapping. So she
Oh,
says it multiple times. She's like, you want me to be a yapper? Like here I am yapping away, 14-part series of
dang.
like
Like
all
you
the
should have
shit
kept your
he
mouth shut,
did, and
bud.
it's like it's
Because she just came
amazing.
out with all the tea.
All of it. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much everybody in chat has been keeping track, it seems like, of this situation. At least the girls have been.
So you should,
I
yeah.
think
I
so.
mean, I broke it all down for you, but you should still watch her
Oh, I'm gonna watch
because
it. I'm gonna watch it.
it's wild.
And then as far as like other celebrities, I think I mean, this podcast is going to come out in a few days, and so it might not be as fully relevant, but it's something I thought I would put my own tone and stuff on. And as we were talking to our producer, Katie, video game Katie, as she is, she didn't really know
Wait,
much about
wait.
this. What?
Video game Katie, is that what you call her?
I call all sorts of things. She's a pro gamer now.
You've been calling her video game Katie?
And I called her, what else have I called you, Katie? um, Pro Gamer Katie, Katie Pro. I think there's a few of them. Gamer Katie is standard. Yeah.
I've If you were to tell a story and you would have said gamer Katie, I would be like, who's that?
Yeah,
Would
because you don't
never have
game with Gamer
known.
Katie.
I would never have known her as gamer Katie.
But basically, a lot of people, I would say almost most people, know a very popular streamer named Sketch. There's a lot of controversy going on around, and I'm excited of where it went. But even people that don't know in the gaming community too much, Sketch
Me.
became very popular with all sorts of athletes and celebrities, and it was because of his behavior, how he talked. He plays Madden. He basically really took off when he started streaming with another very well known streamer named Jinxie, who has like wild antics and stuff, but overall funny dude. So that's how he became famous, and some stuff had gotten out. Actually, there was one person who knew about all this stuff, and they released all these things that happened in the past for him. Some very questionable things for that he would maybe say on himself, and that people don't agree on. And you can look up the story. Can't really talk about all the stuff
I
on
was
TikTok
wondering how
Live.
you were gonna do this.
Yeah, so basically the big end of it is he did some things 2 years ago that he's not proud of, and a lot of people started casting judgment on him for it, and it made him get to the point where he addressed it. If you haven't watched it, but he basically was gonna walk out of here by himself, basically. And thanks to a lot of his friends, and specifically a gamer and streamer, his name's Banks, they call him Face Banks. He got a hold of him, had him come over to their house. He wouldn't let him be by himself, and basically had his back, and a lot of other streamers. And then, which is great to hear. Who cares, right?
Yeah,
Who cares, man? It's his
literally.
life. Whatever. He
It's
said he had some addiction
2024.
problems, and even if he didn't, I don't even care. He's an overall great human being, and
Yeah.
that is what it is. So, um, that was pretty much my thing. Is I was so happy to see not only all of these streamers and all this community come together for somebody like him when he felt like he maybe had no other choice but to depart, and the fact that the people who are exposing him are now getting the backlash for it. It's
Yeah.
a happy ending for all of that.
Yeah, seriously. No, that was a good
So
story. It's crazy, like how, how much I love TikTok. It's like I don't even keep up with any of these worlds, but I feel like I know a lot more now because TikTok just tells me everything. Like I only know about that story because of TikTok.
yeah, I mean, social media in general, like here was an example of somebody trying to ruin somebody's life, and an example of a worldwide community, not everybody obviously, but a worldwide community coming together and backing, a good-hearted soul regardless of what he did in his past, because he didn't hurt anybody, and what he did was for
Yeah.
him, to himself. Like it had nothing, it affects nobody. So yeah, like, again, the fact is I'm glad that it went the route that it did, because you know TikTok and the way things blow up, sometimes it can't be very good.
Sometimes, but sometimes it can.
Yeah. um what is your cat doing?
She's sleeping like a perfect angel.
Mm.
What's your dog doing?
They're creating havoc. Oh, my dog jumped on my lap and she's soaking wet. Whatever could you have gotten into with
Oh,
being soaking wet?
boo.
She plays in her
She's
water
so
bowl.
cute. Oh my
She
god.
literally plays in her water bowl. I've been putting ice cubes in there though, because she likes to play with them. So I deal with the mess. But that's probably what she's doing. Were you playing in
She's
ice
so
cubes?
sweet. She
Her
looks
whole
like
face
a.
is soaking wet, and her little paws are wet.
Oh, Bloom's cleaning herself. Can I have more
Is this how we
kisses?
say bye to everybody on the
This is how
podcast?
we say goodbye with a rat and a chicken nugget.
And a chicken nugget.
Kind of like two chicken nuggets, honestly. Well,
You like a
raw
chicken
chicken and
tender?
chicken nugget.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you
Thank you
guys for being
guys
here.
for
We appreciate
for
you.
joining us. Episode 1 of season 2.
Episode 1, season 2.
Thanks, guys.